Today I'm going to talk about how to get bookings from social media. A lot of people are talking about this. How do you get bookings from social media? But nobody's actually talking about how to build a machine. You can learn where to find the deal, how to finance a deal, how to design a new place, how to list a new place. But the moment you ask, how do I get bookings from social media? It's silence. In 2026, the owners who win are not going to be the ones with the nicest kitchen or the most amenities. They'll be the ones who understand attention. Today, I'm going to break down the 7 steps you need to know to get bookings from social media for your Airbnb and hotel. And if you miss one step, this whole thing falls apart. When I first got into short-term rentals, everyone was obsessed with the same things: deals, design, OTAs, and the amenities. Those are important, but I started to notice something strange. 2 properties could look identical. Same beds, same amenities, same fire pit, same lake. One would be booked out and the other one dead quiet. It had nothing to do with the granite countertops, and it had everything to do with marketing. Short-term rental school teaches you how to build the house, but it doesn't teach you how to build demand. It's kind of like opening a restaurant and just hoping people show up. Marketing is oxygen. Without it, you're just holding your breath and praying. Direct bookings are not about the booking engine. They're about attention, trust, and transaction. If you don't control those 3 things, you do not control your revenue. That's when I became obsessed with this question. How do you systematically build a marketing machine that drives predictable revenue without using viral videos, luck, and hope? How do you build a direct booking marketing machine using a system? The shift happened after I stopped asking myself, how do I sell this house? And started asking, who is this house for? That question changed everything, because once you know exactly who you're talking to, marketing becomes easy. If you try to sell to everyone, you're selling to no one. It's like yelling hey in a crowded mall. Nobody's going to really pay attention. But if you yell Bob in a mall, you're going to call out Bob, and he's going to come walking right to you. Direct bookings are built on that principle. Precision almost always beats volume. So how do you get direct bookings from social media? Well, first you have to identify your one customer. Stop saying this place is perfect for families, couples, corporate retreats, and weddings. Just pick one, especially when you're starting. There are 2 ways to do it. Option 1 is that it's probably you. Why did you buy that property? Why do you love that area? Think back to when you bought the property and answer that question. Are you your avatar? And then you have option 2. You could go with proven avatars: couples, families, wellness travelers, and themed stay lovers are all really good niches to go with. Good avatars to go with. If it makes sense, couples are a very strong avatar to start with. Here's why. Couples travel year round, they spend, sometimes emotionally, and they value their experience with one another. Trying to market to everyone at once is like trying to cook 5 different meals at the same time. It's all not going to taste that good, and some things might burn. Now you need to set a budget. There's no complicated framework here. I just have 2 rules. You can either use 10 to 25% of your profit or 10% of revenue. That's it. Whichever one you pick is totally up to you and your financial situation. If marketing isn't funded, it doesn't exist. Think of marketing like fuel in a car. You don't want to wait until the tank is empty before you start budgeting gas. Next, we want to sell the experience, not the specs. This is where most hosts fail. They show the grill, the room, the fire pit, and no one wants the grill. Nobody wants to see the shower tiles in the bathroom. They want the feeling of making dinner together on a summer night. No one wants a fire pit. They want laughter, s'mores, storytelling. Let me tell you what doesn't sell on social media: the amenities, the specs of the room, the square footage of the entire house, or the outdoor spaces. But here's what does sell: the idea of living the perfect moment. Here's a litmus test. If your content feels like an HGTV show or a Zillow listing, it's not going to convert. Now that we're starting to get attention, we want to capture all that attention with lead generators. Most people aren't ready to book, so stop trying to force it. Build an email list using lead magnets. Here are my favorite lead magnets. Number 1, you could offer a discount, 10% off in exchange for someone's email address. Number 2, you could offer an experience add-on, 30% off at the local marina if you book through us. Number 3, you could do a restaurant voucher, $25 to your favorite restaurant in town. And last, you could offer a gift card, which works exactly like a discount, but it feels more tangible. Think of lead magnets like planting seeds. Not everybody is ready to harvest today. You need their attention and their trust with you to grow over time. A lead magnet allows somebody the opportunity to take a micro step towards planning a trip with you. That's why lead magnets are important. Now we need to do something with these leads. We need to send emails. Over the first 30 days of your marketing campaign, you want to send 1 to 2 emails per month talking about best dates to book, things to do in the area, and limited promotions. Here's a quick hack for you. Use photos and visual media in your emails because remember, we're getting bookings from social media. And so visual media is what got someone's attention in the first place. Remember, you're sending these emails to people who took a micro step towards planning a trip with you in the past. Make these emails enjoyable. Write these emails as if you're writing to a friend because planning a trip should be fun, not buttoned up and corporate-y. Now that we have our email system built out, we want to start running meta ads. There are 3 campaign options that you can choose from when running meta ads. Option 1 is a brand awareness campaign. If you have no idea who's staying at your Airbnb or hotel, where they're coming from, what part of your property they're interested in, you want to run a brand awareness campaign because the brand awareness campaigns are the cheapest way to answer these questions. And answering these questions is super important when it comes to running your next campaign option, a purchase campaign. A purchase campaign allows you to go straight for the purchase, but here's the issue with it. With a purchase campaign, you're competing against every other company in the entire world who wants to go after the very small group type of people on the internet that have a history of buying things. If your purchase ads with a purchase campaign are not converting quick, you will rack up quite the bill. Your ads will start getting expensive and you aren't making any money back. And then we have option 3, our most common, the hybrid campaign. 50% of your budget goes to brand awareness, 50% goes to purchase. After 2 to 3 months, if most of your bookings are coming from brand awareness efforts, which will be leads, people following you on Instagram, following you on Facebook, if most of your purchases are coming from your purchase campaign, you want to focus up to 80% of your budget there. All right, so right now you've identified your avatar, you've set your budget, you're starting to create amazing content for your avatar, driving them to your website where they're starting to sign up for your lead magnet and you're sending them emails, and more people are coming to your website because you're running meta ads. All that's left to do is partner with influencers who are in your niche and can throw some gasoline on this fire that you got going on. Let me explain. This is where growth can get a little uncomfortable. Partner with creators who have at least 10,000 followers and have a 2 to 4% engagement rate. You want to make sure that they are local hospitality focused, but that doesn't mean that they have to be focused solely on Airbnbs and hotels. If 3 out of 10 posts are Airbnbs and hotels, but they have some restaurants, or maybe they go to some fairs, you're in the right spot. Now I want you to screenshot this. This is how to make $100,000 or more for Airbnb or hotel from social media. First, you got to pick an avatar. Then you got to fund this. You got to decide on a marketing budget. Sell the experience by capturing people having fun at your stay. Then you need to capture emails with a lead magnet. Then send 1 to 2 emails per month talking about the things I talked about in the email section. Now you're going to run meta ads and you're going to pick between a brand awareness campaign, a purchase campaign, or both. And finally, you're going to throw some gasoline on that fire by partnering with influencers who are in your space that have an audience of people who are perfect for you. If this made you realize that you've been trying to optimize your listing and play the Airbnb game instead of building demand, you're not alone. Most STR owners were never taught marketing. If you want my best marketing content that comes with free resources, templates, all that kind of stuff where everything you're learning right now you can make actionable, go to the link below, subscribe to The Lodge Social, my free newsletter, and you can have all that stuff. And if 2026 is your year to make $100,000 or more for your Airbnb or hotel from social media, this is the system. I'll see you in the next video.